Good morning and welcome to JJK Yoga on this lovely Sunday morning. We are going to start, as always, in a lying down position. So I'll give you some time to just bring yourself down to your mat. Also allows latecomers to join us as well. So come to lie on your back. And as always, you can have your legs lengthened on the mat. You can bend your knees, maybe walk your feet outwards and just draw your knees in together. Or if you prefer, just bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees splay out to the sides. So just find a position that's comfortable for you, at least for the next few minutes. Once you find that comfortable position, slowly close your eyes and start to bring yourself to your mat. Have your arms down by your sides, palms facing up. And then slowly start to bring your gaze inward. Take a moment here just to notice how you're feeling, both physically and mentally. Notice if you're holding on to any tension anywhere. And then slowly start to move your awareness to your breath. Just take a moment here to observe your own natural breath without changing it. And then we're going to slowly move towards our yogic breath, the Ujjayi breath, which involves breathing in and out of the nose. As you breathe in and out of the nose, you create that slight restriction to the back of the airways, and that creates an audible breath, almost like an ocean wave rolling in and out. So just take a moment here to just notice the sound of your breath. As you inhale, draw the breath into the body. Allow your belly to rise and the sides of your ribs to expand. And as you exhale and draw the breath out of your body, just allow your belly to fall. On your next inhale, really draw the breath in from the lower part of the spine all the way up to your heart center, really allowing your chest to expand. And then as you exhale and draw the breath out of the body, slowly start to lift your pelvic floor and draw your navel towards your spine. So just gently starting to activate our bandhas. Again, on the inhale, this time think about drawing the breath in from the sides of the body, really allowing your ribs to expand. And again, as you exhale, start to lift that pelvic floor so you start to engage your Mula Bandha and really squeeze your navel towards the spine as you start to activate your Uddiyana Bandha. Just continue with this breath. Maybe just count the length of your inhale and exhale here. And if you notice your breath lengths are different, see if you can start to equalize them. Just finding a point in the middle. So there's no force. You almost want to create a circular breath. So the end of your inhale rolls into your exhale, and the end of your exhale rolls into your inhale. Just a few more breaths here now. So maybe for your last few, start to draw the breath down to any areas of tightness that you're feeling. Just allowing your breath to maybe soften that tightness. After your next full round of breath, slowly open your eyes and bring yourself back into the room. So if you've got your knees splayed out to the side, just place your hand either side of the thighs and draw your knees in. If your legs are lengthened along the mat, just bend your knees now. So we're all going to come to a bent knee position. Bringing the heels underneath the knees and the thighs, knees and the insides of the feet to touch. So we're just going to do some abdominal work. So let's just start by making sure our feet are pressing firmly into the mat and our thighs and knees are pressing together. And then just check in the lower back. So lift that pelvic floor, squeeze the navel to the spine and check your whole back is pressing down into the mat. Then bring your hands behind your ears, elbows nice and open. Keep the pelvic floor lifted and navel squeezing towards the spine. So just feel the activation of your bandhas. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, slowly lift your chest up towards your knees. Hold it there. Keep drawing the belly button down towards the spine. Inhale, lower. Try not to drop the shoulders all the way down, and exhale, come back up. So as you come back up, you're really drawing that front body down towards the back body. Again, just checking on your back. Make sure it's pressing down into the mat. Inhale, slowly lower. And exhale, come back up. So your exhale is much longer than your inhale. Keep squeezing. Try to keep the elbows nice and open, chin away from the chest. Inhale, lower. Exhale, come back up. So you want to start to feel that burn in your belly. So make sure you're really lifting the pelvic floor and squeezing navel to spine. Last one. Inhale, lower, and exhale, back up. Again, just checking on your lower back. There should be no gap between the back and your mat. And then slowly come down. Well done, guys. So just take a breath here. Maybe just release your hands down by your sides. Okay, so we're going to repeat that. Option to keep your feet on the mat, or maybe raise your feet off the mat so that your legs are parallel to the mat, knees are stacked above your hips. Keep your legs glued together. Once you've stacked your knees, your legs stay where they are. Bring your hands either side of your ears again, elbows nice and open. Again, squeeze your legs together, lift that pelvic floor, squeeze navel to spine and make sure your back is pressing down into the mat. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, slowly lift your chest up towards your knees. Again, that belly's drawing down towards the mat. Inhale, lower, exhale, back up. So try to keep the knees stacked. Try not to draw the knees to your chest. It's your chest drawing up to your knees. Inhale, lower, exhale, back up. Keep squeezing. Keep the elbows open. Gaze is forward. Inhale, lower, exhale, up. Inhale, lower. Last one. Exhale, up. And back down. Well done, guys. Bring your feet down. Release your hands down by your sides, just for a breath. And then we're going to slowly start to bring our knees back up. And we're going to do some side crunches. So remember, there's two options for side crunches. So as you draw your left elbow into your right knee, you can draw your left foot down to the mat, or you can keep your foot off the mat and draw your leg away. And then you change sides. Right elbow to left knee, right leg draws away, or it can come down to the mat. So just choose the option that's right for you. You can change midway. We're going to do the side crunches for about a minute. You're inhaling to come away, exhaling for the squeeze. So we're really working on the squeeze. So we're going to do it for a minute. So slowly start to bring your knees up. Again, lift that pelvic floor, squeeze navel to spine. Take an inhale. Start to lift your shoulders off the mat, and as you exhale, slowly draw your left leg away and left elbow to right knee and squeeze it here. Navel drawing down towards your belly still. Inhale back, exhale the other way. So we're really working on the squeeze on the exhale. Just check that you're breathing and make sure your back is still drawing down to the mat. Remember, if you start to get tired, you can always drop your foot down to the mat. "20 seconds, guys. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly calm back down. So try not to bring the knees to the chest just yet. Just place your feet on the mat. Take a breath here. And then slowly raise your legs up to the ceiling. So if you've got tight hamstrings, you can have a bend in your knee. Toes draw in, heels draw away. And then you're going to raise your hands up towards your feet. Again, lift that pelvic floor, squeeze navel to spine. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, lift your shoulders off the mat, drawing your fingertips up towards your toes. Hold it there. And then we're going to slowly pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back down. Keep the legs where they are. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, slowly lower your right leg down towards the mat. So really control that leg going down. Keep drawing that heel away. Keep the pelvic floor lifted. Keep the foot about an inch off the mat. And just keep drawing that heel away. Inhale and slowly come back up. So you should be coming up at the same speed you go down. Exhale, lower the left leg. So again, keep drawing that heel away. Keep it about an inch off the mat. Really draw the heel away. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale the right leg. So again, try to keep your back pressing down into the mat. Make sure your bands are engaged. Inhale back up. Exhale the left leg. So it shouldn't be the momentum of the leg going down. You should be using your core muscles here to create the movement. Inhale the left leg back up. Last set. Exhale the right leg. So if you do it a little bit slower, really using that core. And then hold it there. Keep drawing the heel away with the pelvic floor lifted. Inhale back up. And last one on the left side. Exhale back down. Do it a little bit slower. And hold. And then back up. Slow as you went down. And then bring your feet together. So really squeeze the insides of your feet, your knees and sides together, heels draw away. Again, plant your shoulders and back down into the mat by lifting that pelvic floor, squeezing navel to spine. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to slowly lower down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, guys. Now bring your arms over your head. Reach your fingertips back, toes forward, really extending the whole body. The right side and the left side. Just doing a whole body stretch. And then just draw your knees into your chest. Gentle rock from side to side. And then place your left foot on the mat. Keep your right knee drawing into your chest. Squeezing that right knee down to the right shoulder. And then you're going to inhale, lengthen that leg up to the ceiling, drawing the heel away. Just breathing into the back of that leg. And then bend that knee. Place that foot, the outside of that foot onto the left thigh. Use your right hand to draw that right leg away. Or you can raise your left foot off the mat, wrap your hands around your left thigh. And as you draw the left leg in towards you, just use your right arm to draw that right leg away. Just feeling that stretch along the outside of the right leg. And then slowly lower the left foot down. Just grab the outside of the right foot, or maybe the back of the heel, the index and middle finger around the big toe. So in a single legged happy baby pose, and just draw that sole of that foot parallel to the ceiling and the knee down to the mat. Just opening up that right hip. Try to keep the left foot on the mat, knee drawing up. And then just gently drawing that right knee down towards the mat. And then slowly place that foot on the mat. Draw your left knee into your chest. Really draw that knee down to your left armpit. Squeeze it in as you exhale. And then as you inhale, lengthen that leg up to the ceiling. Wrap your hands around your left thigh. Just breathing into the back of that leg. Drawing that heel away. And then bend that knee. Place the outside of that foot onto your right thigh. So again, you can use your left hand just to draw that left leg away. That might be enough. Make sure you keep that left foot flexed. Or you might want to raise your right foot. And as you draw that, wrap your hands around that right thigh, draw that right leg in towards you. Use your left arm to draw the left leg away. So you just find that first point of resistance. You hold it there and breathe into it. Maybe just notice if one side feels different from the other. And then place your right foot down. Grab either the back of the heel, the big toe, or the outside of the foot. And bring that foot parallel to the ceiling. Draw that knee down towards the mat. Again, keep your right foot firmly on the mat, knee drawing up. And you're just drawing that left knee down towards the mat, just gently opening up that hip. And then bring that leg back to centre. Draw both knees into your chest, gentle hug from side to side. And then we're going to slowly, either, if you've got any lower back issues, roll onto one side and come to a tabletop position, or place your hands underneath your thigh, and then rock and roll a few times on your spine, just massaging out your spinal muscles, and make your way to a tabletop position. Once in your tabletop position, make sure your wrists are directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. And then you're going to inhale, draw your tailbone back, chest forward. Exhale, round your spine up towards the ceiling, chin towards your chest. Just a couple more of these. Tailbone back, chest forward, shoulders drawing down towards your knees. Exhale, really round the spine up towards the ceiling, chin towards your chest. And last one. Exhale. And then come to neutral spine. Bring your right arm out to the side as you inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to thread that arm all the way through, coming onto the top of that right shoulder, resting on your right temple, and drawing your hips over your knees. Then walk your left hand up your mat, just extending the left side, breathing into the under part of the right. And then slowly walk your left hand back. Bring yourself back into tabletop. Extend your left arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, thread it under, all the way under. Breathing into the under part of that left shoulder, reaching your right hand away. Again, just bring the hips over your knees again. And then just breathe. And then come all the way back up. Come to sit on your heels, bring your big toes to touch, knees, hip distance or slightly wider, and just walk your hands forward, come into a quick child's pose. So come into your child's pose, bring your head down towards the mat. If it doesn't reach, you can place a block under your forehead. As you inhale, see if you can creep your fingertips a little bit more forward, and as you exhale, draw those hips a little bit further back, really extending the sides of your torso. Try not to creep the shoulders up to the ears here though, so keep the shoulders drawing down your back. And then inhale, reach your head an inch off the mat, and as you exhale, you're just going to walk your hands to the top left-hand corner, bringing your right hand on top of your left hand. Drop your right shoulder here. Just extending that right side. And then walk your hands back to centre and walk them over to the right. This time bring your left hand on top of your right hand. Draw your left shoulder down towards the mat. And then come back to centre, take a breath here. And then we're just going to slide on our belly and come to lie on our mat, belly down. Just take a breath here, maybe create a pillow with your palms underneath your forehead. Take one breath here. Now in this position, I want you to imagine your legs are drawing further down your mat. And then come onto the tops of all 5 toes, including your little toe. So you don't want your legs to be rolling in. You also want to sort of slightly roll them out. And then bring your elbows under your shoulders, directly under your shoulders. So you create that right angle, forearms along the mat in front of you. Now draw your shoulders down your back so your chest is nice and open. And again, just check you're on all tops of all 5 toes. Gaze is forward. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to slowly start to gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale forwards. And exhale over your left. Inhale forwards. I'm going to do that one more time. So again, draw the shoulders down the back, chest nice and open. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale forwards. Exhale over your left. And all the way back. And then come back down to your mat. Now we're going to bring our right arm out to the side. So the right wrist is in line with the right shoulder. And then gaze over to your left, bringing your right temple down towards the mat. Now your left hand, press it down into the mat as you slowly bring your left leg over your right leg. You can stay there, or you can bend your left knee and place your left foot at the back of your right leg. Again, you can stay there, or you can bring your left arm behind you, place your hand onto your sacrum, or thread it under your waist. If you're bringing your arm behind you, draw that left shoulder back. And you're probably going to feel this at the front of your right shoulder. If your head doesn't comfortably reach the floor, you can use a block or a cushion underneath as support. Once in this position, just return back to your breath, find that first point of resistance and just breathe into it. Really feeling that opening across the chest, particularly the area at the front of the right shoulder. Just try to return back to the breath we started with. One more breath here. And then slowly bring your left hand forwards if you got it back. Extend your left leg if you bent the knee. Bring yourself all the way to your front. And then bring your right hand under your shoulder. Extend your left arm out. So again, you want to make sure that the front of that left shoulder is pressing down into the mat. Turn your gaze to the right. Bring your left temple down onto the mat again. Again, if it doesn't reach the floor of your head, you can place a cushion or block. And then you're going to press into the right hand as you draw your right leg over your left. So remember, you can stay here, or maybe bend your right knee, place your foot behind your left leg. Stay here, or bring your right arm behind you, placing the back of the hand on the sacrum, or threading it underneath your waist. If you bring your hand behind you, keep drawing that right shoulder back. So you want to find that first point of resistance, and you're just breathing into it. Maybe just close your eyes here. Just take a moment to notice how you're feeling. Notice the difference between your right and the left side. One more breath here. And then slowly make your way back the same way you went in. Bring your hand back, your legs back. And then just bring your hands underneath your shoulders, press back into your tabletop. Keep your hips stacked over your knees are hip distance, toes pointing back. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're just going to walk your hands forward, drawing your forehead, your chin or chest down towards the mat. Keeping your hips stacked over your knees. So heart opening pose. Just feeling that opening across the chest and the backs of the shoulders. If you have really tight shoulders, just bend your elbows. Once in position, energetically keep drawing your heart center down towards the mat. One more breath here. And then slowly bring yourself back to your tabletop. Walk your hands a couple of inches forward, keeping your feet hands shoulder width. Tuck your toes. And as you inhale, you're going to slowly come into your downward dog. And then just pedal out your feet here. Just walking out the feet. Drawing the hips all the way back. And then you're going to slowly come high onto your tippy toes. Gaze towards your hands. Lift your pelvic floor, squeeze navel to spine. And just slowly, as slow as you can, walk your feet towards your hands. When you reach the top of your mat, place the feet on the mat. Have your feet about hip distance. Bend your knees so your chest, the top of your chest is connected to your thighs. Drop your head here and grab opposite elbows. You can nod your head yes and no here. Maybe sway from side to side. Releasing tension on the back of your neck and your lower back. And then slowly find some stillness here. Release your hands. Press down into your heels as you inhale and roll up to standing. Raise your arms over your head. Bring your hands to prayer and exhale them down through heart center. Well done, guys. Come to the front of your mat. Come to face me. And then you're going to slowly press your feet into the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up over your head. Grab the back of your right wrist. Inhale, really reach your right fingertips up towards the ceiling and your right heel down towards the mat. Take an inhale. As you exhale, draw your hands over to the left, hips over to the right. Just extending the right side of the body. And then back up. Switch hands, grab the back of your left hand, reach the fingertips up, press down through the left heel. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, hands over to the right, hips over to the left. And then back up. Hands through prayer. Come to the front of your mat. Take an inhale, reach your arms up and over your head. As you exhale, swan dive down. Fingertips to mat or your shins. Inhale halfway. So remember your gaze is still to the top of your mat. Draw your shoulders down your back. Plant your hands down. Step your right foot back. Drop your knee. Chest forward. Inhale. Plant your hands down. As you exhale, come into your plank pose. So your shoulders are over your wrists. Heels drawing back. Squeezing navel towards your spine. Now from here, we're going to drop our knees. Hips nice and high. Elbows draw back as you slowly lower your chin and chest down towards the mat. Scoop your body through. Inhale. Untuck your feet. Chest lifts forward. Low cobra. And then we're going to slowly make our way back to a downward dog. Now gaze between your hands. And you're going to step your right foot through. Drop your knee. Extend that back leg as far back as you can. And then just stay here. Just find that stretch along the front of your left thigh, or maybe along the inside or outside of that right leg. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to draw your hips back now. Just working into the right hamstring. Drawing your torso onto the inside of the leg. So when in this position, try to keep your right hip drawing back. Try not to lock out your right knee. Draw your shoulders down your back still. And just breathe into that first point of resistance. And then slowly come back. Now walk your right foot an inch to the right and bring your hands onto the inside of your right leg. Again, check your right knee is stacked above your right heel. Now you can stay here onto your hands, or maybe you can drop down to your elbows. If your elbows don't quite reach the mat, but you have some blocks, you can place your forearms onto blocks. Keep your gaze forward. Again, keep that right hip going back. And then slowly come back up. Now place your left hand underneath your left shoulder and inhale your right arm up into a gentle twist. And then maybe open your chest up towards the ceiling. And then come back. Walk your right foot another inch to the right. Keep your right heel where it is and turn your right toes to the top right corner. Now keeping your left wrist under your left shoulder, you're going to slowly come onto the outside of that right foot, lifting the inside of the right foot. And then bring your hand onto the inside of that right thigh as you really open that hip. Turn your body over that right leg. Now you can stay here, this is option one, really working opening that right hip. Or you come onto the top of your left thigh, bend that knee and bring your right hand to grab your left foot and just draw that heel in towards your left buttock. If you're doing the second option, make sure you're not pressing on your kneecap. And then just hold it here. And if you've got your leg raised, slowly bring that foot down. Everyone walk your right foot back in. And then step back into your downward dog. Just pedaling out your feet here. Noticing the difference between your left and your right side. And then gaze between your hands. Step your left foot through, drop your back knee. Again, walk that right knee as far back as you can. But maintaining that left knee over your left heel. And then just hold it here. Try not to let your shoulders creep up. Take an inhale as you exhale. You're going to slowly start to draw your hips back. Extending your front leg. Again, take an inhale as you exhale. Just draw your torso to the inside of that left leg, really working into the back of that left hamstring. And then slowly come back. Walk that left foot an inch to the left and bring your hands onto the inside of that leg. So remember, you can stay on your hands here, drawing your left knee in towards your left arm. Or you can come down to your elbows. If you're coming down to your elbows, again, keep drawing that knee into the arm. If your elbows aren't quite along the floor, but you have blocks, you can use blocks here. Keep your gaze forward. Now slowly come back up. Place your right hand underneath your right shoulder. And as you inhale, you're just going to do a gentle twist over to your left. Bring your left arm up. You can stay here, or maybe you can start to draw your chest up towards the ceiling. And then slowly bring that hand down. Walk your left foot another inch to the left. Keep your left heel where it is and turn your left toes out. Make sure your right hand is underneath your right shoulder. And then come onto the outside of that left foot. Using your left hand onto the inside of that thigh, just opening up that hip. Turn your torso over that leg. Again, you can stay there, or you can bend your right knee, again coming onto the top of that right thigh, draw that heel in, bring your left foot over that foot, just guiding that heel towards the buttock. So remember to come to the option that's right for you. Keep drawing your torso over that left leg. If you are bending your right knee, again, make sure you're not on that right kneecap. You are on the top of the thigh. And just hold it here. And then if you've got your leg raised, slowly bring that foot down to the mat. Bring yourself forwards, everyone, now. And step back into your downward dog. Yeah, maybe just pedal out your feet here again. And then gaze between your hands. Step your right foot through, drop your back knee. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, left foot to right foot. Standing forward, fold. Take one breath here, let the head hang heavy. And as you inhale, press down through the heels as you roll up to standing, head to lift up last. Arms over your head, hands through prayer. Let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive down. Now this time, bring the insides of your feet together. Bend your knees. And we're going to come into a chair pose. So make sure the inside of your feet, your knees and your thighs are squeezing. Tuck your tailbone. Squeeze your navel to your spine. Shift the weight into your heels and inhale into your chair. Should draw your shoulders down your back. Take an inhale. As you exhale, draw your hands down to heart center. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to twist over to the right, hooking your left elbow outside your right knee. And as you twist your torso to the right, try to draw your hands to your heart center. Lovely. Now your left hip is going to want to shoot forward, so try to keep it in line with your right hip. Keep squeezing the torso to the right. One more breath here. And then slowly come back up. Inhale to your chair. Exhale, hands through prayer. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to twist over to your left, hooking your right elbow outside your left knee, twisting your torso to the left. Again, your right hip is going to want to shoot forward, so square it with your left, and then twist your body to your left, drawing your hands to your heart center, and hold it here. One more breath here. Then slowly come back to chair. Inhale. As you exhale, drop your hands down to the mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, step your left foot back this time. Drop your knee, chest forward. Plant your hands down and step back into plank. Drop your knees, hips back, elbows draw in as you slowly lower your chin and chest down to the mat. Scoop it forwards. Inhale, low cobra. So keep drawing your shoulders down your back. Exhale, downward dog. Just checking on your breath. Gaze between your hands and step your right foot through, drop your back knee. Now this time you want to bring your front leg and your back leg parallel. Nice. So once you're in this position, I want you to press down through your front foot and your back leg. Once the legs are parallel, imagine your thighs are drawing in towards each other, so you're nice and stable in this pose. Then reach your right arm up to the ceiling, bring it behind you and place your palm onto the back of your sacrum, fingertips pointing down, right shoulder drawing back, torso facing the front. Inhale, reach your left arm up, and then hook the back of that hand outside your right leg. Take an inhale. As you exhale, start to twist over to your right. So twist from your lower spine, then your middle spine, and then your upper spine. Take an inhale. As you exhale, slide your left arm down your right leg. And when you get the elbow down, bend the elbow and bring your hand to heart center. Keep twisting the torso to the right. Then bring your right hand to join your left hand in prayer position and keep twisting to the right. You can work on this position, or you can gaze down towards your right toes, tuck your left toes, Take an inhale, and as you exhale, lift the left knee off the mat. Come into a high lunge twist. Make sure that left leg is active. Keep drawing that heel back and reaching that thigh up to the ceiling, and then twist the body to the right again. Keep breathing. One more breath here. And then slowly, if you've got your leg raised, gaze down to your right toes, drop your knee, and then everyone, slowly, bring your legs back and make your way back into your downward dog. Lovely, well done guys. And just pedal out your feet here if you need to. And then we're going to slowly gaze between our hands and step the left foot through. Drop the back knee. So again, you want that back leg, front leg parallel. Make sure the top of that right shin and the front of that foot are equally, the weight is equally balanced between both. And then draw the thighs together and come back up. Lovely. Reach your left arm up to the ceiling and then bring it behind you. Hand to the back of your sacrum, fingertips pointing down. Right arm up, place the back of the hand to the left, outside the left leg. So gaze forward, really lift out of your hips as you inhale. Exhale, twist from your lower spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist from your middle spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist from your upper spine. So really twisting the torso to the left. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you can slide your right arm down your left leg. And when you get the elbow hooked, you bend the elbow, bringing the hand to heart center. Then bring your left hand to meet your right hand in a prayer position. So you're either going to stay here, really twisting your torso to the left, or you're going to gaze down to your left foot. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to start to bring your right knee off the mat into a high lunge. Make sure that right leg is working, the thigh is reaching up to the ceiling, heel drawing back, and then twist your body to the left. Keep breathing here, guys. Hands drawing to the center. One more breath. If you've got your leg raised, slowly gaze down to your left foot, drop that knee, and then everyone bring your hands forward, step your left foot back, bring your big toes to touch, and let's come down to a quick child's pose. So really use child's pose to reconnect with your breath. Keep the hips drawing back, hands creeping forward, just extending that spine. As you inhale, think about breathing into the back of the shoulder blades, really expanding the backs of your lungs. And then we're going to slowly start to return back to our downward dog. Then gaze between your hands. This time step your left foot through, drop your back knee, chest forward, inhale. And then as you exhale, bring your right foot to your left foot. Bring your feet to touch, bend your knees, shift the weight back into your heels. Scoop, tuck that tailbone, scoop the navel to the spine, inhale into your chair. And then exhale all the way up, hands through prayer. Well done. Inhale, arms up and over your head. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, this time step your right foot back, runner's lunge. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to bring your left foot to your right, and this time we come into our plank again. So when you're in your plank, again, you want to create a nice straight plank. Try not to place all the weight into your upper body. So really draw those heels back and imagine the front of the thighs drawing up to the ceiling. Squeeze navel to spine, pelvic floor lifted. Now you can come down, bend your knees, so drop your knees and come down from your knees, chest, chin into your low cobra. Or this time, maybe you want to shoot forward through your chaturanga into your upward dog. If you're coming forward, take an inhale. As you exhale, keep your elbows over your wrists. Drop your shoulders in line with your elbows. Come onto the tops of your feet. Knees and thighs off the mat, coming into your upward dog. Gaze is forward. So no compression in your lower back or your neck. And as you exhale, roll over your feet and come up into your downward dog. Now from there, raise your right leg up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, you're going to draw your shoulders over your wrist and bring your right knee to the top of your right arm. Hold it there, squeeze navel to spine. Inhale, right leg to ceiling. Exhale, draw your knee towards your left arm, really squeezing navel to spine. Inhale, leg to ceiling. Exhale, knee to your chin, your nose, your forehead. Keep squeezing and rounding. And then leg to the ceiling. And as you exhale, drop that foot. Gaze between your hands. And step the leg in between your hands. Lovely. So from here, we're going to start to make our way to a crescent lunge. So you want to bring yourself up again. This time you can keep your left thigh back. So really draw that left thigh back. And right knee stacked above that right heel. Lovely. Then bring your torso into an upright position. Now if you've got tight shoulders, you're going to raise your arms but keep your hands shoulder width apart. Drawing your shoulders down your back and gazes forward. Really reaching for your fingertips and crown of your head. If you can bring your hands together, arms nice and straight, shoulders still drawing down. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, start to shift the left hip forward and draw your chest up towards the ceiling. But keep your chin drawing towards your chest. Try not to fling your neck back. So this is a gentle back bend. Keep breathing here, guys. And then slowly bring yourself all the way back. Tuck your back toes, coming back into your downward dog. Lovely. On your next inhale, draw your left leg up to the ceiling. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to draw that knee to the top of the left arm. Again, really squeeze navel to spine. Inhale, leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, twist it to the right. Really squeeze navel to spine. Inhale, leg to ceiling. Exhale, draw the knee to the chin, the nose or the forehead. Really rounding through the shoulders and drawing navel to the ceiling. And then draw the leg all the way back. Drop it down. Gaze between your hands and step the leg through. Drop your right knee down. So again, make sure that left heel and left toes are stacked. So again, you're coming up into a crescent lunge. So imagine your thighs are drawing towards each other. Tight shoulders, you're just bringing your arms up, hands shoulder width apart, working on reaching out through your fingertips and the crown of your head, really lengthening the torso. If you're bringing your hands together, arms nice and straight, take an inhale, keep drawing your shoulders down your back, and then slowly reach your chest up to the ceiling as your right hip draws forward. Try not to fling your head back here. No compression in your neck or your lower back. And then slowly come back. Well done, guys. Tuck your back toes, come step back into your downward dog. And then you're going to slowly gaze between your hands, step your right foot through. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, left foot through. Standing forward fold. And then you're just rolling up to standing. Hands through prayer. Well done. Inhale, arms up and over your head. Exhale, slowly swan dive down. Inhale, step your left foot through this time, chest forward. Exhale, step back into your plank. Lovely. So again, you're either coming down through knees, chest, chin to a low cobra, or you're going to shoot yourself forward into your chaturanga, and then slowly make your way to upward dog. And then everyone meet back in downward dog. Now we're all going to shift forward again into our plank. Now from here you can drop your knees and slowly we're going to come down to our belly. So you can drop your knees and make your way down, or you can shoot your body forward in one straight line and slowly come down to your mat, hover there, and then drop. Well done. Just create a pillow with your palms underneath your forehead. Take a breath there. And then from there, we're going to make our way into bow pose. So 2 options here. We're going to come up twice. If you can't reach both feet, or you find this really uncomfortable, you're going to work on one side. So I'll show you the one-sided option. You keep your left elbow down in front of you, grab the outside of your right foot or ankle, and then you just either keep your forehead on your mat or on your arm and reach that right leg up, or you can start to work towards your half bow. And then make sure you do both sides when we do, because we're doing 2 rounds of bow. Okay? So, and again, there's always the option to use a strap if you can as well, if you've got a strap. So let's all start by bringing our forehead down to the mat. If you're taking the single-legged version, you keep your left arm out in front and just bend your right knee. Otherwise, you're going to bend both knees, grab the tops of your feet, or see if you can walk further down your legs towards your ankles. Now, keep your, energetically draw your knees in towards each other. So you want no compression in your lower back or your neck here. So if you feel any compression, just come out, or just don't go as far. Okay, take an inhale, and as you slowly exhale, lift your knees off the mat and draw your chest off the mat. And then you want to draw your feet back as it draws your hands back. You're lifting the chest forward. Keep the gaze forward, don't bring your neck up again. And try to energetically draw your knees together. See if you can get your big toes to touch. Take a breath here. So you're resting on your belly here. And then slowly lower. Come onto your right cheek, gaze to the left, palms facing up. Bring the forehead down to the mat. So if you're doing the single-legged one, you're going to bring your right arm out in front, bend your left knee, grab your left foot. Otherwise, we're going to repeat that. Bend your knees. Grab the tops of the feet. Maybe you can walk further down towards your legs this time. Really draw your shoulders down your back so your chest is nice and open. And then take an inhale, and as you exhale, slowly coming back up into your bow. So really drawing those feet back, feeling the opening across your chest. And energetically, the knees are drawing in towards each other. So you don't want them to splay out too much. Keep breathing. Take an inhale, see if you can lift a little bit higher. And then slowly lower. Well done. Now come onto your left cheek, gaze towards your right. And slowly bring your forehead onto the mat. Hands underneath your shoulders. Bring yourself back into your downward dog. Gaze between your hands. Step your left foot through. Runner's lunge. Inhale. And then your right foot through. Drop your head. And then roll up to standing. Well done. Inhale, arms up and over your head. Exhale, slowly swan dive down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, just step back into your downward dog. We're just going to do a quick round of pigeon before we slowly come down to our mat. So just bring your right knee behind your right wrist, right foot behind your left wrist, and draw your left hip under. So you really want to tuck that left hip under. So again, if your right hip is really high off the mat, you can always place a block or a cushion underneath. Once you're in your pigeon, start by bringing your hands to your hips, extending your spine. And as you exhale, just walk your hands up all the way forwards, really extending the torso. Bringing your forehead down to the mat. If your forehead doesn't reach the mat, remember you can use cushions or blocks underneath to just raise the floor to your head. Once in position, keep drawing that left hip under and reaching that right hip back. We're going to stay here for about a minute. Just breathing into that juicy spot. Try not to create any tension in your shoulders here. Keep the shoulders drawing down your back. Just really working and breathing into that right hip. And then one more breath here. Slowly walk your hands back. Tuck your left toes, lift the knee, make your way back into your downward dog. Maybe just pedal out your feet here. And then you're going to slowly bring your left knee behind your left wrist, left foot behind your right wrist, tuck your right toes under again, tuck your right hips under. Again, really drawing that right hip under. And then just walk your hands either side of your hips as you inhale, and as you exhale, bring your arms out in front. Again, really drawing that right hip under, that left hip back, and extending the torso along the mat. Drawing the shoulders down the back. And again, we're going to hold this for about a minute. So it's always a good opportunity in these long hold poses to return back to your breath. And maybe just using your breath to create softness through the body. And again, just your last breath here. And then when you're ready, you're going to slowly bring yourself back up. Tuck your right toes, lift your knee, come back into your downward dog. Just pedaling out the feet here. And then when you're ready, you're going to drop your knees down. And we're going to slowly start to make our way down to the mat. So start by drawing your knees into your chest. Just a gentle rock from side to side. And then we're going to come into happy baby pose. So we've done a single-legged version earlier, so this time we're going to do both legs. So you can either grab the backs of your heels, index middle finger around your big toes, or just the outsides of your feet. So in this position, you want both feet to be parallel to the mat. Try to keep the lower back pressing down into the mat. And then you want to draw the knees out to the sides. So really try to get that opening across the outside of your hips. This is quite nice on your lower back. You might just want to do a gentle rock here from side to side. And then see if you can come to a still happy baby. So try to draw the lower back and the shoulders drawing down to the mat. And keep the knees drawing down. And then just draw your knees back into the center. Place your feet onto the mat now. Have your feet hip distance, arms nice and wide. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to drop your knees over to the left, gazing over your right shoulder. Bring your knees back to center. And exhale, drop your knees over to the right, gazing over your left shoulder. So just a gentle supine twist. Inhale, legs back to center. You might just want to draw your knees back into your chest now, just to bring yourself to a neutral spine. And then you're going to slowly start to lengthen your legs down the mat as we start to bring ourselves into our final pose, Shavasana. So as you come into Shavasana, just take a moment here to scan your body. Notice if you're still holding on to any tension. And then maybe just take a few deep breaths down to that area, just to soften and release that tension. And then just let your feet splay out to the sides. Soften your legs and your thighs. Release any tension in your hands and your arms and forearms. Let your palms face up to the ceiling, fingertips rolling in. Release any body in the front and the back body, tension in the front and the back body. Just let the front body melt into the back, and just let the whole body melt into the mat. Release any tension in your neck, your jaw, and your face. Just take a moment here to notice the changes that you have created for your practice today. Maybe just noticing a flow of energy through the body. And then just slowly start to soften the area around your eyes, your cheeks and your forehead as we make our way into our final pose, Shavasana. So again, I invite you to stay in this pose for at least 5 to 10 minutes to really reap the benefits of today's practice. Namaste.